Xabi Alonso links to Liverpool. Now, we all know that Jürgen Klopp is leaving at the end of this season, and they got to try to find a manager very fast, because if these reports are to be believed, then they're going to be in a pretty good spot, because I think Xabi Alonso looks like the next best manager, right? You see him at Bayer Leverkusen right now, cooking. I think they're first in the Bundesliga. They're giving Bayern Munich a run for their money. Can they be the first team to win a Bundesliga in like the last decade that's not Bayern? Who the hell knows? I think they will kind of fall off towards the end of the season, but nevertheless, it's been very impressive what they've been doing so far. So I understand why a lot of these big clubs around Europe are looking at Xabi Alonso and thinking maybe this is a guy that we could bring in to manage our team. Now, Liverpool are one of those clubs. I think Xabi Alonso also played for them as well. He's German, so people are going to be talking about him like he's the next Klopp that can come in and keep what Liverpool have going and still make them competitive and compete for Prems and Champions Leagues. Now, I personally do not believe Liverpool get Xabi Alonso, because I think Bayern Munich will sack Thomas Tuchel at the end of the season, and I think he will go there. I think Bayern are a much more attractive club right now than Liverpool. But I like that they're saying Liverpool have already reached out to him, because that means you're being ambitious, and you can't wait. If you're Liverpool, you have to get your next manager over the line very soon, because you have to recruit players, and they're going to all want to know what the hell is going on with the manager spot. Like, who's going to be here next season? And how do I fit into that potential manager's plans? So they have to be moving fast here, because they're going to miss out on a lot of targets. And the reason that I think that Bayern are a more attractive club than Liverpool is because, one, they're a much bigger team, and two, they have a much better structure. They have a much better squad. Liverpool, I think what they've done with Klopp has been very good, right? They won their first Premier League in, 30 years or something like that? Or is it? No, it's one Prem in 30 years, and they won another Champions League. But Klopp has worked miracles there. He's been operating on basically a shoestring budget compared to what his competitors have had. He's made all these guys world class. And now I know that they paid big money for Alisson. They paid big money for Van Dijk. But I don't think either of those guys were world class. They were very good, but Klopp put them in a level that they were not in when they first came to the club. Trent Alexander-Arnold from the academy, now considered one of the best right backs in the world. Andy Robertson, the left back, now considered one of the best left backs in the world. Mo Salah, considered one of the best attackers in the world. He wasn't world class at Roma. Sadio Mane, when he first got there before leaving, he wasn't world class at Southampton. Roberto Firmino, all these guys have elevated because of Klopp. Because the budget that he's had, Liverpool should not have been as successful as they were in terms of winning a Prem and a Champions League. And I think any manager that comes in after Klopp is going to have a hard time keeping up with the success that he did. Because as I said, I think FSG lucked up by signing him. This is an ownership group that don't want to spend money. They want to sell to buy. And I think they're going to lose a lot of players this summer, because I think a lot of the guys that have been staying with Klopp, for most of his time at Liverpool, it might be time for them to go. Like, I think Mo Salah will leave in the summer. I think Van Dijk will as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think he may stay, but his contract runs out next year. What's the holdup? He's probably waiting to see who the next manager will be as well. So on top of possibly losing transfer targets, you may also upset your squad by not announcing the next guy very soon, because everybody's going to be wondering what their future holds, because you want to know, do you fit into the style of play that this new manager might want to do? Now, Liverpool, I think they will be okay, but dark times are ahead, because you're going to see FSG are terrible owners, man. And again, Klopp has worked miracles there. He's helped them out a lot. But as I said, I don't think Xabi Alonso will be their next manager. I think he goes to Bayern Munich. I'm saying for Liverpool, I think it's going to be like a De Zerbi, Graham Potter, somebody like that. I don't really think their ownership group is going to want to spend a lot of money on the next manager, and we'll see what happens with that. I mean, to me, there's definitely names out there that they can get. It does not have to just be Xabi Alonso. He's just the most promising right now, and also, I believe he played for Liverpool as well. So, yeah, everybody's going to make those links, but who knows? I definitely think it will be interesting to see what happens, but Liverpool fans, it might be back to irrelevancy. And I know people are going to say, oh, Liverpool won the big clubs. Yeah, you guys won the big clubs in England. I'm not denying that. But before Klopp came, you guys were in disarray. I'm talking about finishing 5th, 6th, 8th, 7th. I think it's going to be back to that for a little bit, because I think a lot of your main players, especially your older guys, will want to leave. and then you got to recruit new players. And we'll see how FSG do when it comes to spending the money with those guys. But whoever they bring in, you have to back him. And one more thing, if I'm a new manager, I do not want to come in after Klopp leaves. You know that when you have a legendary manager at your club, and when he finally leaves, the guy that comes after him always fails because the pressure is just too much. Everybody wants you to live up to what Klopp did, but you might not be able to do that. It's kind of like if you're dating a girl, right? You don't want to be the guy right after she gets out of her 8-year relationship. You want to be the guy after the guy. And I think that's who could possibly succeed at Liverpool. But yeah, whoever comes in for next season, they're going to have a very hard job on their hands. Now,